Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. Infinite Creator, Olodumare, to my higher self, my Ori, Eshu, Obatala, to the Egun Marine Laye, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, Florine Williams, Norman Williams, Exius Willie, thank you for allowing me to source the most accurate reading for those with Sagittarius placements in their chart. Okay guys, let's jump into your spread. Let's get into this reading. I have two spreads for you. Your tarot spread to the left, your Orisha spread to the right, and I asked my ancestors to give me double confirmations with the cards. So the confirmation that I had got was the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Fire. Okay, and then I got the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Fire. Okay, so both these cards have to do with like planetary placements in Sagittarius. So we have the Moon in Sagittarius with the Nine of Wands, and we have Saturn in Sagittarius with the Ten of Wands. We even have Saturn in Leo with the Five of Wands, and that's the first card out, okay? Five of Wands in reverse. But what stood out to me the most in your very first row was the World, okay? And what it was telling me is everything is going as planned. Whatever you planned and you've been working hard at, things are gonna go in your favor. Literally, it's like the world is open to you. The world also represents like the world market. So when I tell you that you're going to be connecting, talking to a lot of people, growing, like the world represents, you expanding knowledge, you expanding your reach, everything about that. Because the Nine of Wands with the Moon in Sagittarius, it's asking you to do unfamiliar things. Now, we know that with this Omicron, I think that's how you say it, however you say it, virus that is out, a lot of places are starting to shut down. Like right now, schools are closing. Maybe you are traveling less. Be careful when you travel because, we know what happens if you go to one country and test positive for corona, you're not leaving, so be mindful of that. Like, travel situations and, what's going on in the world. But if you feel intuitively like it's okay for me to travel, I'm not going to run into any kind of issues, then go ahead and do that. If not, you may want to take shorter trips, or you want to study because you can travel in your mind. Okay, you don't have to always go somewhere. Sometimes you can read and gain the knowledge that you need. So right now, this is a time for expanding your knowledge, breaking out of your everyday mold, talking, reading, or doing something that you don't normally do. You may also at this time be more concerned with like metaphysical and religious types of subjects. So if that's an area in your life that you're ready to expand, go ahead and do it. That's Sagittarius energy. The other thing is, because, Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, your optimism is going to be at a peak. You're going to have a lot of optimism because you're going to see how your hard work is actually bringing back, fruits and a harvest for you. But the thing is, the one thing you got to be careful of during this time is you may become so optimistic. Things may go your way. I mean, literally, we have the star right here. Hope, inspiration, creativity. You're feeling very bright, right? Things going your way that you may not notice. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. You may not notice when there's something wrong. Okay, so here, let me see. Let me look at this note. All right, it says, continue to be optimistic, but don't be so optimistic that you forget to pay attention to detail, especially if someone else points it out. So it's almost like, I don't know if you're like this or someone like this where don't talk about anything negative. No, everything's going good. You just got to have a positive perspective. Everything is so good. And it's really good to have a positive outlook and want, positive results. But sometimes when there's something outside of you that you have no control over, that's a negative situation or a negative person, you can't think them differently. So if you find yourself being overly optimistic and someone who isn't, and you know what, I don't even want to say who isn't or is negative, you know, because sometimes a negative person may say something that is very true that you don't want to hear because it's them. Or sometimes, you know, it's easier coming from a friend who's never brought you any BS, you know, telling you the truth, even though it sounds negative. But I'm gonna say this, you never know where truth comes from. So use your intuition when you hear a truth. You know when something's true. How you react to it is a totally different thing, right? And just because someone says something negative, you don't have to give them the satisfaction of, yeah, whatever, you're wrong kind of thing. Just be quiet and move on and, you know, take it into consideration maybe, you know, but there are things that you could overlook being too optimistic. So if someone points something out to you that's wrong, then, you know, look at what they're talking about. Because the other thing that came up, the last time I did your money and career reading, it said update your profile and brush up on your resume. So it's like, you may know, oh, I got an interview, you know, it's coming up and I know I'm going to get this job. I just know I'm going to get this job. And this is what I've been waiting for. But your friend is like, hey, let me look at your resume. Or you don't want anyone to look at your resume. Let somebody look over your stuff. Okay. And if they say you should probably do this or do that, like I've been keeping up with X, Y, and Z, and you know, this is what people are doing now, or whatever the case may be, you may want to have 1 page instead of 2. It all really depends. You know, I'm not trying to, you know, scare anybody because I've given 2-page resumes, 1-page resume. It's what it is. But just listen to whatever someone has to say, because you might not be in the mode to really be looking for anything negative. And that's okay. But when you have a moon going anywhere in any of these placements, there's like something hidden, you know, something hidden, knowledge, intuition. So trust your intuition when you hear, you know, something that you might not like. So let me see. Give me 1 second. I want to look at this note. The other thing. Okay. It says, you may seem like you know more than you do. So catch up on knowledge that you don't understand. All right. And this is a time and a need for care and consistency. So this is the other thing. When I'm just going to use work as another example. You may get a job that you are not totally prepared for, but you aced the interview. Like you did your research so well that it came across like you knew everything. I'll tell you, this was, for me, it's always Excel, Microsoft Excel. So I'm shitty at Microsoft Excel. But, and I would always find myself either getting a job or knowing that I would have to use it. And back then, sometimes when I had the downtime, it was like, I wish I would have just started learning what I need to know. So specifically, and that's what the issue is with me in Excel. It's like, I don't need to know every function. I just need to know what functions I need to use for my job, right? And then from there, if you can learn those specific functions, maybe you can go back and learn all the other stuff about that program later. So that was one thing for the last job that I had. You know, I knew that that was going to be a critical thing. So before I got there, I would talk to other people who would use Excel for certain things and say like, hey, I'm going for this job. What would I be possibly using Excel for? And, you know, they're talking about pivot tables and all this other kind of stuff, you know, and it's learning those functions before I get there. I even in the interview, I let them know I'm not an expert, but I've already asked and I've been told I need to use it for X, Y, and Z and this and that, which came across very, very well to my potential manager. You know, I ended up getting the job, but it was true. I was shitty at Excel, but I really learned what I needed it for. Like I got with another coworker, asked him how he created certain things, what he uses, what functions for it. Cause you know, guys, I'm not using Excel no more anyway right now. But what I'm saying is what I would do was when we would get together, I would get on Zoom with him and because you can share screens, and then I would record him showing me what to do, how he did it, what he clicked. I did that for everything. Outside of Excel, anytime I got with somebody on Zoom and they were training me, I would record what we were doing so that I could always reference it. So I don't have to keep Skyping and calling up and, can you show me how to do this? Can you show me how to do that? I mean, you just get tired of doing that. And right now with this 10 of Wands energy, I feel like you're going to be very, very busy. Like busy, 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 busy. So it's like, how much time will you have to do, call up and help me? Even though you should ask for help. Now you should ask for help before any of this stuff gets too out of hand for you, okay? So that's why care and consistency is a big thing right now for you going into this cycle, all right? Optimism is good, but not blind optimism. You need to be honest with what you don't know, because that's another energy here. I can't remember where I put it. It's about being straightforward. Actually, that's your 10 of Wands energy, okay? So 10 of Wands is telling us you're approaching a life peak, all right? And this is where all your tests start to come in, because you're approaching this peak in your life, okay? Give me 1 second, I'm losing cards over here. You're approaching this life peak. All of your ambitions and efforts are going to bear the greatest fruit, okay? It's like, excuse me, guys. Because it's like you're going to be moving from the 9th to the 10th house. So that's when everything's going to start looking good for you. Your views about life are going to become more stabilized. This is this energy of knowing how to play the game. Knowing how to play the game, and you're going to learn the game so well that you're gonna be very concentrated on playing the game well and being more skillful at playing the game, okay? One thing they want to let you realize is that you haven't reached a point of complete understanding, okay? Because that's the other thing. It's how you're perceived from other people and how you perceive yourself. This is why it's important to brush up on knowledge and all this kind of stuff, because people may assume you know it all already because you come off so prepared, so ready, right? And then all of a sudden you may think you know it all. So be careful. So it says you haven't reached complete understanding. Be open to new discoveries about yourself and the world. Okay. You don't know everything. You don't know how it all plays out. So just be a confident student, Okay. So for some of you, legal problems may come up. So deal with that as it comes. I'm not seeing justice in the spread right now. I'll look in the deck to see what that's looking like. It says you're being tested. Yeah, for real. Here, this is a test. This card is a test. I'm going to read 9 of Fire and 10 of Fire once I start getting into the cards. So you are being tested. You're being tested on your effectiveness to find the ways that work for you, that make you more effective, okay? That will help you gain more understanding at this time. So like I was telling you earlier, the way that worked for me is I need a visual when you are telling me how to do something. So yeah, let's get on Zoom, okay? Is it okay that I record you training me on this? Because you just telling me and me writing it down, it's helpful, but I know I learn more when I'm doing and I see. So if I forget, I could always go back to my notes, but it's the doing and looking that bring the memory for me. So it's what makes it effective for me. Don't try to mimic anybody else's effective way of doing something. Find your way. In a personal reading the other day, yesterday, and I think it's okay to share this, because I was telling my client that, one of the things that I know I need to do is wake up earlier in the morning, right? Because it helps me to sort out my day. In case that I haven't planned for the day ahead of time, waking up early gets the mind going so that you remember what needs to be done, right? Because if you wake up late and you don't have time to process, whatever needs to be done could just start coming out of nowhere. Everything could just start hitting you. So you're not really ready, right? So if you know I'm not a really big planner, or I forget to plan at the end of the day, well, my workaround is to get up early and to look at my day before the day gets started, right? If I didn't get my to-do list for the next day done, and I don't want to wake up and not know what I have coming up, the next day, I should wake up early to figure out, to get ahead of what my day is going to be looking like. So you have to find your effective ways of getting things done. Like I said earlier, Jupiter and Saturn, if I did say it earlier, these are two opposing energies with each other. And what they're going to do for you at this time, Saturn is going to bring a heightened sense of concentration, okay? It's going to encourage your desires to study, to grow intellectually. It says you really have a time to fully develop your intellect, all right? And to gain a lot of wisdom, okay? So, honesty and straightforward speech is increased at this time. So like I said, like if you don't know something, definitely you shouldn't feel bad about saying like, I don't understand. This is where I am, you know, in my understanding. But also this is on the flip side where you may find yourself speaking up and being brave and sharing opinions that maybe mainstream society, the consensus, what they believe, you might not believe it. And you might actually speak up about it. So for those of you who have like podcasts or, you know, whatever platform you have, there could be things going on in the world that's like, I don't agree with this. I'm ready to talk about it. Or if you're at work and you're like, hey, we've been doing the same old thing over and over. I have a different way. Can we stop doing it this way and start doing it, you know, in a whole different kind of way? You may be more inclined to do that. But if you don't, from what I was reading, it said if you don't have much fire or air, you may end up feeling a little stifled or what is it? Like someone dampening your fire, not feeling brave enough. So if you are feeling shy, you may be ready to break out of that mode of shyness, okay? Speaking up, being more of yourself. Don't let the energy of others, especially haters, or you being afraid of how people would react to your own thoughts, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Obviously, be mindful of the time and the space that you're in and how your words are going to affect people, because if you're looking to shock them and you're okay with the consequences, do it. But if you wanted to do it more effective to where it was to sort of persuade people, be mindful of how you say whatever it is you're saying, okay? Definitely. Now, the thing is, out of all of this, because so much good is happening for you, the Five of Wands is the haters, right? And this is beyond hate coming from like twins, because I don't even see a twin flame pair. This is just going to be stuff you receive from people all in all, whether it be at work, on the job, just people out in day-to-day life, or especially family members. Family keeps coming up. It's like the one thing you don't want to forget over here to my right with the Four of Fire, but it's the other thing that over here to my left is like the biggest problem, because we got the Knight of Swords at the top, and then the 10 of Pentacles in reverse right after that. So these are family arguments, and probably over money that you may receive, because what did I say earlier? The world, all your plans are going as planned. Everything you want is happening. The issue is these people, whoever this is, because your first two cards are the Five of Wands and the Page of Swords in reverse. Competition and bitter feelings. This thing keeps coming out in the reverse. Page of Swords. Bitter, unhappy. Right here, going, what is this? Not vertically, diagonally. Yeah, all the way down is the Five of Wands, and then the Sun in reverse, and then the Seven of Pentacles. See, you deserve the Sun because you worked so hard. This right here looks like I'm trying to steal your shine from your hard work. You know, and the way they could do that is discouraging you, trying to talk about you, being negative and being mean. But with this Five of Wands energy, guys, don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid. If you find that, wow, I can't believe these people are coming up against me, whether it be family or strangers, this is a time to defend yourself and be brave. You don't got to come out of pocket or, get in their vibration, but you need to be aware that jealousy is because there's jealousy because you're doing something good. You're doing something right. All right. It's not meant for you to be discouraged. So all of this Saturn Wands energy you're going to be really tested. It could get to the point where some of you may feel like I need to withdraw. And that's not a bad thing, because it all really depends on how much you're taking and who around you thought was your friend and they're not your friend, or whatever the case may be. You may feel like, you know what, every time I'm having an interaction with somebody, it feels like a lesson. And I don't feel like having to defend myself all the time, because that's another thing. 10 of Wands with the Page of Swords in your first row is saying that it's exhausting defending myself against people all the time. I don't want to do it, right? So don't be discouraged. If you need time away, have your time away, but you can't spend too much time away, because you need to be active and out and about. It's like I'm meeting good people and bad people. I'm having great experiences and other experiences where, like, you know, I'm just not getting along with certain people around me. And it's really, if you could understand that it's really because you're doing so well that you're not getting along with them, then it's easier to be like, okay, that's just a hater. I could keep being optimistic. You know, I can keep moving forward. I'm not going to let that stop me, kind of energy. Okay, so let's get into your second row, because really I just showed you everything in your first row. So second row, we got the Ace of Wands, the Sun in reverse. Man, sorry guys, this phone is going off. Ace of Wands, Sun in reverse, 9 of Cups in the reverse, 9 of Wands. Oh, we got angel number 99. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so these are old cycles about to end, coming out of a cycle, seeing repeated patterns. Okay, see, because with the number 9, you know, I forgot the whole mathematical thing around it, but with 9s, when you do, I can't remember what it is, you always get the number 9, something like that. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, comment, and please correct my, you know, jumbled speech right now. But you could be seeing similar things from older people, or, you know, like, let's say people had a problem with me when I was younger. Like, I dealt with a lot of jealousy when I was younger, and then now you are shining again, and then that same kind of jealousy is coming back. It's to close that cycle out. It's for you to feel confident in yourself, no matter what somebody else thinks, and then to move out of that cycle. All right, not being afraid of people. Okay, don't let anybody take your shine. Really, I'm trying to tell you, this right here, this energy is not you. It's people's lack of satisfaction within themselves. Why? Because of the opportunity you receive. Some of you guys, if I'm going to get into the into this chosen kind of thing, and that's how people are going to start seeing you. Like, why are good things happening to you like this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. But this is your time. It's your cycle. You know, I can't help it. This is what's supposed to happen. And I work really, really hard. That's the other thing that I'm really seeing here. People only see the success. They don't see the hard work. They don't see it. They don't want to see it either. They don't. I think they want to be feel validated in not liking you, you know, if that's the case. But they're really, the honest to God truth, they're very unhappy with themselves. You're very strong. Okay, keep a good boundary from you and other people. And this goes right down here. I'm gonna get into it in your third row. You're very strong. You persevere, but keep your boundary up, because these people are very unhappy with themselves. Very, very unhappy. All right. So in your third row, we have the 3 of Cups in the reverse, 3 of Wands in the upright, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Okay. So this is your hard work and dedication, a lot coming back to you. Literally, all this is just telling me ships coming in, one good thing after the next. Everything I made plans for and was patient on, finally coming in, full of goods, ships just full of stuff. Got everything that I need, right? And then don't celebrate too early, and be careful of who you think your friends are, because this card in reverse, hold on, I'm gonna show you, give me a second, sits in the same row, all right, as your 5 of Wands, going just like this. 5 of Wands in reverse, your Ace of Wands, and then the 3 of Cups in reverse. You can't trust these people. Why? Because this is what they're looking at. The chosen one, the one with the opportunity, the one who always keeps getting one opportunity after the next. So pretending to be friends, hating on you, wanting to possibly use you, feeling bitter. The other thing, which is really bad, because there's an energy of theft here. Your last card out is the 5 of Swords. So that's theft, criminal activity, bribery and stuff like that. And you know, your 9 of Wands is right over there to protect yourself from this kind of energy. If they don't even, like, let's say you were smart enough to get everything of yours, you know, intact. I protected my accounts. I keep away from them. There could be somebody that gets so mad that they try to fight you. Like, your success sparks anger in a particular person to have this 5 of Swords that they literally want to fight. And the thing is that they would end up, you have the upper hand. Everything in here says you have the upper hand. So like, let's say if you fought, you beat their ass. Okay, great. Or they tried to steal something, but I was smart enough to protect my accounts and everything like that. Or let's say it's a physical fight and they actually do, you know, beat you up. They would go to jail, you know, and it's like, now you're missing out on anything you could have done for yourself because you locked up or something like that. Okay. So it's anger that you can't fix it. These people literally have internal problems. You cannot fix it. Don't try to fix it. The best thing you could do is just, you know, use your intuition and stay away from people like this. Don't let anybody sweet talk you into anything. And I don't really see that kind of energy here, but just in case you forget, you know, and really, if you see a fake pretender, treat them as such, you know. Don't take anything personally. These people are like totally cannot look at themselves and they can only see you. That's all they can see, and they don't know. It's sad. It's sad that people still act like this. Like, you know, as time goes on, you would think people will evolve enough to know the patterns. Like, you know, me looking at another person, wishing them ill will does not change my situation, but it does. That emotion has not evolved, so we're still dealing with haters, like big time. I mean, technology evolves, and the haters just get on technology and continue to hate, or be in your face hating. It's like, that doesn't change. So you're an evolved emotional person. Don't let less evolved humans and their sad, pitiful emotions, you know, affect you. Be strong. Be strong. Because even here, with this Page of Wands next to the Queen of Cups, you have a very warm, exciting energy. Very warm, intuitive, exciting energy. Like, you're ready to go. You're ready to get involved. You don't want to become so defensive that that energy dies down, because that's really what they would want you to do. With this, I just feel like, yeah, just trying to knock your shine down, just trying to dim your sunlight. Don't do that. You know, calm yourself enough to know, I don't have to pay attention to that. I'm not gonna let them dictate how I interact with other people or what my next moves are gonna be, because I'm afraid of what people are gonna say. Don't do that. Don't let anybody do that to you at this time. Literally, all you have is, you're the star. The only thing you can do is keep hoping, using your intuition, being guided, and shining. Like, literally, money's gonna be good for you. We got the dwarves and gnomes out here, but it came in reverse. And I think it's only coming in the reverse because you need to be careful of, like, the way you spend or getting involved in materialism. Because, you know, a negative result of dealing with haters is possibly spending more money and inflating the ego so that, you know, you don't have to take on that emotional pain from others. So, and then too, like I told you, you're going to be looking very attractive. So this is the other thing, because there's a lot of Wands energy here, and this could be another reason why people hate on you. Your sex drive or attractive energy is going to be like potent, very, very potent. And Saturn is also here to temper that a little bit, so that those structures you built, that energy could flow through those structures. Because 3 of Cups in reverse could be like, you know, you getting a little too wild. And sometimes if you get too wild or too unbridled in your energy, you know, you could be sleeping with the enemy, or, you know, getting drunk with jealous people and partying with people who actually hate on you, because your energy is like, I'm just intoxicated by all of the shit I worked hard for, and it's all good. So be careful with that, okay? Yeah, because over here is more of a warning about that kind of energy with the 10 of fire and the 9 of fire. And the 5 of earth, because this is Saturn again, okay? It's telling you to, like, recover spiritual values. Both these cards are saying to recover spiritual value. So here, let's read. Give me 1 second. We got the, excuse me, let me get it. 9 of fire. 9 of fire. Okay, right here. So it says 9 large candles, each representing a state of meditation and enlightenment. A man wearing a white turban lies on a straw mat in profound mystical state, knowing that this period of asceticism and fasting will result in his transformation and regeneration. Okay. Oh, here it is. This is what it is about the number 9. The number 9 is the only number that when multiplied by another results in a number that when reduced to a unit becomes 9 again. Okay. So that's what I was trying to say earlier. I couldn't get that right. So in the reverse, because this says I'm in asceticism, reaching a more mystical state. And that's what we said the energy was with the moon in Sagittarius. So in the reverse, it says something spiritual that could not or failed to obtain, time wasted or lost, postponing valuable things for superficial ones. These delays and actions may open astral or material doors to your adversaries, thus causing innumerable unforeseen events and difficulties. So again, first of all, you don't want to be partying up too much because you'll be wasting time. Wasting time either on your spirituality or your work, right? When you, like I said, if you're trying to, like, I don't know, buy too many cars, clothes, whatever the case may be, when you're just trying to be only flashy, it kind of opens up the doors to enemies, all right? Because you open up the door to people who are only materialistic. They have no spiritual side, right? And you don't want these unforeseen events and difficulties to occur because, you know, these thirsty, hungry, money hungry, ego people could really, you know, try to take you down, scam you, something like that. So be careful. You know, be careful about the circles you end up running in. Now, because this is the reminder, like there's a reminder here about you as a spiritual being with that 9 of fire right there and this 10 of fire. I've read this card for you before. They call him the Orisha, and that's the child of a saint or the child of an Orisha, right? So 10 piles of red hot coals, okay? Anticipate a test of strength, really, because 9 of wands is out here, 10 of wands twice. This is all this time is about testing your effectiveness as a human being. Are you strong up to this point from all the lessons you've learned? So 10 piles of red hot coals, anticipate a test of strength and courage, but also the confirmation of truth and reality, ruling out any doubts or uncertainty. That's the other reason why you're being tested. So your faith is stronger, because Jupiter is about your faith, hope and faith in the star, right? So you'll run into these issues with people or things where you think, man, I can't believe these people are coming up against me. But if you forgot about your ancestors, spirit, God, it's like you're not going to have anything to lean on to pull you through the hard times, or if you feel like something's going wrong, trust God, So this is going to be testing you when you feel doubts and uncertainty. The time has come to show what can and must be. When the truth of the spirit prevails, matter is not harmed. Okay, so if you stay in the spirit, your material world, your body, your things don't have to get hurt at all. Okay, that's why I said last time, don't let money make you forget about God, right? So it says, when the truth of the spirit prevails, matter is not harmed. And Orisha, which is the child of a saint, with his inner saint, walks impassively over the burning embers, showing afterwards no trace of injury. So people will try to do things to come up against you, but because you remember who you are and who I was gonna say who's governing you, but who's got your back, okay? When you remember that and you stay connected with that, nothing can harm you. All right, you'll walk out over these burning embers, showing no trace of energy, burn, blister, or wound. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, we tried this and that. We tried coming at him or her this way and that way. We tried making bad comments online. We tried turning people against you, but nothing stops you. Nothing stops you. These people are gonna be like jaws drop, dead, and honestly, they're gonna bring back a lot of negative karma on themselves for messing with you. All right, so no trace of injury, burn, blister, or wound. The trance and his faith are strong, and the power of the Orisha is so unlimited that the man's feet seem to be covered with an ethereal and invisible asbestos coat, protecting the sun or the medium of the saint and demonstrating its presence in the world. People gonna see like God really got its hand, her hand. You know, I don't want to just always put God as a masculine because God is mother and father, but God has their hand on you. Your ancestors love you. They protect you. Your spirit guides are always warning you. There's something special about you. You can't be stopped so long as you remember who you are. Okay? So that card came in the upright. It says you will face the tests posed by life or by your karma. Either way, by life or your karma. Ask your spiritual guides for help, trusting that you will not be abandoned during hard times, and you will overcome these tests without any difficulty or hardship. Your reward will be an increase of self-esteem and an acknowledgement of your honesty by others. Nothing but increase, nothing but increase. So this, if you lose your way, this card is telling you, recover your spiritual values. 5 of fire in reverse. Eshu is here, removing obstacles for you, okay? Helping you to set up a stronger foundation. 4 of, what is this? 4 of fire, which is the 4 of wands, is your foundation. But this is also your ancestors. They all got your back. Your Orisha have your back. Your ancestors have your back. You are so protected. You don't have to feel alone or that, you know, my money is the only sense of security I have. You have more than money as a security, all right? Because there's gonna be a time where it's just gonna be like, damn, I can't believe, you know, people are coming against me for doing well. And that's just gonna be what it is, and that time will pass. But this is a test you have to go through. It's like you cannot avoid this test, all right? Give me a sec. I think I covered everything. Let me check my notes on what I have for you. There's a lot of people, and the reason why, don't let this happen to you, but I've mentioned this before, pride comes before the fall. And it's those who are overly proud that now their karma is hitting them are gonna be the ones that be the most jealous of you. The most jealous, because it's gonna be like, I was in that spot and I don't have it no more. It's because you lost your spot, because you don't have any kind of spiritual value. Okay? Yeah. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to express yourself, and don't let jealousy make you withdraw for too long. Yeah, I know it sometimes I'm like, I just can't deal with these people, but that's only so you don't shine. And remember, you're the star. You're meant to shine. Let no one stop you from shining. Okay? Hold on. Give me a sec. At this time, you're gonna all your 10 of wands, successful adventures because of hard work. You will have successful adventures and ventures because of your hard work. Okay, you have all the potential to get all your work done. You may feel overwhelmed because it will be a lot at this time, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Every fight, you'll have the upper hand. Even the 3 of wands, the 3 of wands next to the 3 of cups is just warning you, because remember, this is patience and caution. Be cautious about the new people. If they feel like they're a little too wild, you know, be careful. Be careful. All right. So about who you bring into your life, because 5 of swords, criminal behavior. You make so much money, you're doing so many things, I'll try stealing from you. I'll try hurting you. You know, I want what you want. You see these TV shows, these true crime detective TV shows, people really like destroy their lives by killing people or, you know, attacking people over materials and money. Like they're just not gonna go out and get anything for themselves. They have to take it from you. You know what I mean? It's strange. It's the devil, but it's weird. It's really, really crazy. So it's crazy people out there. Be careful. All right. That's the reading that I have for you. If it resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the link to book is in the description box below. The current Patreon playlist is in the description box below. I think the next group reading will be on the 15th. Okay, guys, I got to check the calendar, but for right now, I'm going to say next group reading is going to be on the 15th, and I'll figure out the time, whether it be 12 p.m. Central Standard Time or at 6 p.m. So next video, I'll confirm. Okay, guys, don't forget to check out my new YouTube channel. The link for the channel Prince of Peace Tarot Cast is in the description box below. And that is what I have for you. I do have another channel on the way, but a delay has occurred, so I'll be introducing that soon, very, very soon. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy your day. All right.